Time for a bathroom movie review. Well, everybody, I did it. I got past my fear of seeing Smile 2 last year. Yes, it took 12 months.
Lay off.
But I got brave, put on my big boy pants, and I saw the new horror film, Weapons.
Are you watching?
This film is made by Cregger. I always struggle with these names. And what's wild to me is he was one of the leads in the YouTube channel Whitest Kids You Know. They did a lot of silly comedy, raunchy comedy, all of the above, but now he's directing horror movies, with Barbarian being his first a few years ago, and now Weapons, both which have been super successful. Apparently the routes to go from comedy to horror because Jordan Peele did the same thing. The plot of Weapons is intriguing. They set it up as a mystery about 17 kids going missing from the same classroom, and not only did they go missing, they all got up at the same time at 2:17 and ran out into the woods. And not only did they run out into the woods, they ran into the woods like freaks. You guys ever seen Naruto, or the anime run? Just picture that. Put out both arms and just... Yeah, anime runs used to be cool. Thanks for ruining that, Zach. Thanks for ruining that. This film boasts a great cast with Josh Brolin, who played Thanos, Julia Garner, who played Silver Surfer, Benedict Wong, who plays Wong in Doctor Strange, and Alden Ehrenreich, but he's an Ironheart. So it's just a little Marvel reunion in this film. But unlike Marvel, this movie is not about superheroes at all. Trust me. Here's the things I liked about this film. I have a love-hate relationship with scary movies because on one hand, I like the feeling of getting scared, but I also hate it, which is why it took me another 12 months to watch a scary movie in the theater after seeing Smile 2. But this film succeeds in being scary. I mean, when you have kids involved going missing, and kids are also just creepy, especially when they run like this. Yeah, there's scary moments, there's jump scares, and they keep the tone eerie at times, which is what good scary movies do. But while it was scary, what was interesting to me is it had a good amount of humor. Not dumb, stupid humor, but humor that you could relate to that made sense in the moments. And I'd say there's 2 or 3 times where the theater was laughing pretty good. The humor is very rare. I mean, honestly, it might only be those 2 or 3 times. But for me, being a baby with scary movies, I really like this. It also had a good story. I feel like a lot of horror movies get terrible reviews because they simply are there and they have a dark tone the whole time. They have cheap jump scares, but there's not really anything to the story. Or a common horror movie trope is they break their own rules and they set them up. But this movie had good reviews, and I can see why. It had a very good story. They tell it through different perspectives. There's like 4 or 5 different characters, and it shows their version of the story and where they were at. And at the end, it all comes together. So beautiful, but terrifying. And the thing I was most worried about with this film was leaving the theater feeling horrified. Coming home, not being able to go to sleep. I mean, after I saw Smile 2, whenever my wife smiled at me, I just felt eerie. And my wife has a beautiful smile. But this movie ends, I'm not going to give it away, but it ends in a way where I was satisfied. It's not crazy happy, but it's also not super doom and gloom. There's a healthy balance. The one big thing I didn't like about this movie was it was scary. I felt terrified at times. I screamed in the theater. It made me feel like a child in a grown man's body. And that's embarrassing. I would say this is one of the best scary movies I've ever seen, mainly because of that perfect balance of horror, great plot, also having comedic elements, and a great cast. Did any of you see this film yet? What were your thoughts? And since I liked Weapons, can you give me some suggestions of other scary movies to watch? Because I haven't seen too many. Thanks for joining again, and if you're new here and you ever use the restroom and you like to nerd out about movies like I do, please come back for more of both. Oh, and also, I'll never be able to look at people snapping twigs the same again. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean.
It's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay.